Hey guys, Kevin Cage back with another cryptocurrency update. Hope all is well. I want to kick this video off kind of highlighting a few points in a recent article done by Franz Zoviel, and I'm sure I butchered your name again, guys. Great Twitter contributor, finally started a coil blog, and what I want to kind of go through is a few highlighted points. Please, you don't even have to watch this video. I'm going to link this blog in the top of this video description, and then at the end of this video I want to cover some recent news as well. But again, definite follow if you have a coil account. Be sure to follow him, and you can also find him on Twitter right here. So remember to check the top of the video description. And let's get into it. So essentially, the topic of this blog is why I think MoneyGram's money flow through on-demand liquidity was already impacting XRP's price. Now, many people are going to disagree. There's tons of disputes. We all know Twitter is not the best place to debate, so I highly recommend reading this. This is healthy speculation, extremely informative. This is backed by actual data, not even remotely grasping at straws, so please do not call this hopium until you read this entire article. Everything is sourced at the bottom of this article as well on coil.com, and you can follow Franz right here. Okay, so I'm really looking forward to reading more of his blogs as well. I'm just beyond excited. So just to kind of speed through it without, essentially reading the whole thing, I want you guys to come visit this page as well at the top of this video description. Just talking about on-demand liquidity, and obviously this is exactly what purely uses XRP. We know MoneyGram, essentially, Ripple has a 10% stake in MoneyGram. We know the connections, second largest money service business in the world. Seems like it's been planned for quite some time. If this was some spontaneous last minute decision partnership, I'd be extremely surprised. And I think you guys understand based off the history and, the treasury functions and how everything's working out, it almost seems like this was, a long time plan. So right here, guys, essentially every on-demand liquidity transaction actually leads to 4 trades on exchanges rather than 2. Well, what does that mean? It means there's significantly more volume over the ledger. Okay, that's good news. And again, he breaks it all down right here. Next, volumes on a lot of exchanges, guys, are highly inflated, whether it's wash trading or other tricks right here, counting one trade as both a buy and a sell. And again, CEO of Binance, CZ, has mentioned this as well. And obviously you shouldn't be surprised whatsoever. The numbers that you see on Coin Paprika, Coin Market Cap, they are highly, highly inflated, period. So you have to get, sources from a variety of, comparisons, check the data. I know Galgatron, when he measures on-demand liquidity volume, he uses different types of metrics as well. Okay. So again, all kinds of numbers, breaking it down right here. Extremely interesting. Just kind of like when you guys are on XRP charts and looking at the ledger volume itself. Okay, something to consider. Now, talking about the corridors, guys, people always say, XRP, there's going to be equal buying and selling pressure, so the price will not move whatsoever. That is a common FUD point. Some of the smartest people in this community obviously understand why that is ridiculous. It's mathematically, basically extremely improbable, and why there's going to be upward pressure on the price. Okay. I'm just doing a one-take video. My internet's been out all day, so I'm extremely busy. So sorry if I'm stuttering and making up words as always. All right. So in a world where corridors are perfectly balanced and perfect netting of outflowing and inflowing money streams occur, you'd be almost 100% right with that type of, idea. Every buy is negated by a sell right here. Problem is that it just doesn't work that way. Corridors today, guys, pairs between currencies do not perfectly net to zero at this moment, especially when, money takes forever to send in the first place. So in most corridors, this will never happen. While some might get close, others might end up extremely one-sided. And keep in mind, when one is extremely one-sided, it's going to create, an uneven distribution across the whole board, like a domino effect. So it's going to basically reduce the supply, and it'll have that type of, flywheel effect, which, what does that do, guys? Increases demand exponentially. Okay, you can play with order books, you can see this and kind of understand how fast this can take place. All right, exponential gains. Starts off slow, faster, and then it's just huge. All right. So next, right here, and again, referencing Galgatron's blog, and he has it linked at the bottom of this article. So this means that a big part of the second sell, again, when they're selling, it's not going to be the same time they buy, and it's not going to be equal, can only have occurred later, perhaps on Bitstamp as an exchange example, giving ample time for what Galgatron has called stickiness in the order books. And again, link below. This would definitely mean net upward pressure, that's the word I was looking for, on price in my opinion, and we're only talking about a handful of corridors at the moment. Keep in mind, MoneyGram is active in 22,000 corridors. Let that sink in. And even if you think that number is inflated, okay, break it down by half. Still 11,000. Okay, We'll keep going. And then lastly, just to finish this, and again, all links are down below, guys. We have, Ripple Insights, market reports, Galgatron's blog, etc. So must follow on Coil if you have not already. And also Galgatron, guys, I think there's 40 plus blogs on galgatron.net. Go check them out for yourselves, okay? So, in my opinion, Ripple has taken every step further as witnessed by their buying on secondary markets. The less XRP exchanges hold in their over-the-counter wallets, the more parties will have to buy on exchanges where we decide for how much we want to sell. Exactly, the market is going to decide. Keep in mind, when on-demand liquidity is utilizing XRP, these market makers have to replenish their supply. This is going to have continuous demand provided there's consistent volume and growing transactions on the network. Right? One of the reasons I am extremely bullish within this ecosystem. Okay? So again, guys, on Coil, definite follow. Now, let's kind of get into the information today. I do want to kind of point out, I believe Franz even pointed out, talking about, $100 million per week was going through, Ripple itself. Well, times 50, times 52, what is that? $5 billion or $5.2 billion per year? That's astronomical growth so far. So if you guys don't think that XRP is going to play a huge role in payments, it already is. All right. And it is simply a matter of time for price. So I think I made a tweet earlier, kind of just going over, Jevon's paradox or, Jevon's paradox, however you want to say it. And I'm betting big that Jevon's paradox is going to apply heavily to XRP. Again, guys, it's kind of a paradox in, economics that's well known. When technology or, some type of policy increases efficiency, such as, payments for XRP, and this resource is used, the resource being XRP, instead of it needing less, it's a paradox. So the rate of consumption that resource, the rate of consumption actually increases. So it increases demand exponentially for XRP. And we've seen this time and time again, for example, just like with, kind of like oil as well. So all right in front of you. All right. So let's get into the information. Again, James Rule XRP on Twitter. Thank you for sharing this. So with BitPay, guys, we know they've been a longtime partner with Coinbase. Interestingly enough, we're kind of seeing some updates and integrations as well. So again, people allowing, debit cards, you name it. We have many groups like this. And as we can see right here, customers who have a Coinbase account are looking for fast, secure, easy ways to pay for goods, services with crypto globally. And now they have additional options through BitPay enabled merchants. So as we can see, integrations between Coinbase and BitPay lets users pay directly from their Coinbase account. All right. Again, lowering the barrier to entry. Nothing crazy. And I know we're seeing groups, all around doing this, just like with Uphold and Link2, allowing us to invest into, a variety of equities. But the internet of value is happening right in front of us, guys, period. All right. Asset fractionalization, being able to, buy fractions of stocks for the first time. We see even with the SEC, putting out proposals to change the definition or adjust the definition of what an accredited investor truly is. It's happening right in front of us. Okay. So the Coinbase integration, popular feature, has been part of BitPay, as I've said, in the wallet app itself since the early beginnings. And in 1 month, this enhanced integration will improve the experience and also give users the option to monitor and manage all funds in the BitPay wallet application, no matter where the funds are stored. So the improved Coinbase integration also shows the funds exactly as they are in the Coinbase platform. Awesome. And we can see Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, XRP, Ethereum, etc. So be sure to, expect we're going to see more developments with this as well. And I believe you guys can also get a card. I do not have a BitPay card. I have looked into it as well. But for now, I'm not planning to spend the majority of my crypto assets. I think, planning to sell something, right now and buy goods with it is really silly when you're investing in the asset classes that are designed to swallow every other asset class and transfer its value, keep track of it, you name it. All right. Not financial advice. You guys, obviously do what makes you happy. All right. Next. So Ripple released this. So remember, I believe, what was it? Back in January 2020 of this year, talking about, GoLance. Okay. So this is the CEO and the founder, and he's kind of discussing. And one quote I like that he says was, obviously these people that live in other countries, retailers that are sending money globally, sometimes they're spending 5% or 10% in fees just to send money to their loved ones. And one quote I love that he said is, would you like to pay 5 to 10% of your salary just to the bank that sends you the money? Of course not. And obviously, that's extremely obvious, but just hearing it from that perspective is, unbelievable. And hopefully these videos of me ranting, summarizing news, giving my take for what it's worth are valuable to you guys to kind of just get you thinking, okay? Because obviously even me just ranting right here, I'm hearing it and hearing myself out loud. I'm usually cringing when I'm talking, but it really gets me thinking as well. And that's why I find it valuable to read blogs, listen to other videos, and just always do my own research. All right, so again, old Ripple Insights article they had. Remember the Flywheel set in motion 2019. So Ripple's using this terminology as well. It's not just us lunatics in the XRP community. The Flywheel is a real thing. It's a real, term. Okay, so with anything gathering momentum, and again, we have the gentleman, just like I said, January 2020. So just to watch this video, guys, if you've already seen it, feel free to fast forward 2 minutes right now. Just wanted to play it.
Our company is entirely comprised of freelancers. So we're a freelance company for freelancers by freelancers. We build technology and tools to help our clients recruit, hire, manage, and most importantly, pay freelancers globally. When we work with RippleNet, we hyper-focus on underserviced corridors that have the greatest problem. So we can go to parts of the world where there's the greatest opportunity for growth that are having the most difficult payment challenges. The guy in the Philippines who makes $50 a week, they've completed their timesheet, they're getting a payout over a long weekend. Someone who's making $50 on the other side of the planet cannot wait 3 days to get paid. And when they do, if we're working with maybe one of your industry counterparts that's charging $2 to $5 per transaction, that's 5 to 10%. Would you like to pay 5 to 10% of your salary just to the bank that sends you the money? Of course not. Working with RippleNet, we get rid of that fee and we solve the problem of the long weekend because the XRP ledger never sleeps. And when I can shoot a payment through RippleNet Friday at 3 p.m. when all the banks are closed and they don't open again until Tuesday, that goes from fiat through XRP to fiat in his currency where he can buy.
Keep in mind, that sounds like, 2 trades, right? Well, again, we just saw in that Coil blog, and I know many people have discussed this as well, but it's not really well known. That is 4 times, or, instead of 2, it's really 4. So it's quite a bit more in terms of transaction volume. We understand volume and higher price can really drive the price between these order books. We talked about, obviously, net overlap driving transactions up further, at least the demand for XRP.
Buy groceries, and all of that happens in seconds. It's the future to work with money that doesn't sleep and doesn't close the door when the banks do.
So again, with Javon's paradox, if money's not going to sleep anymore, payments are going, e-commerce is growing substantially in the coming years, 24/7, 365. Do you think that increasing efficiency is going to drive demand further for XRP, or do you think it's just going to slow down payments? I think this world is growing exponentially faster every single day, and that is another reason why I think that obviously the demand for XRP, as it's able to send higher value, will also catapult it. And again, I know that's hype, I know that's hopium, but I think we are living through history right now, and I think we are entering a new paradigm. I think it's very arrogant for anybody to say this is exactly what's going to happen, and I am very open-minded with it. If you guys disagree, that's awesome. Love me or hate me, I think we can respect each other's points of view, and time is going to prove all, okay? Imagine paying 10% in fees. If you made $10K a month, imagine paying $1,000 just to get the rest of your $9,000 out of your bank. Ridiculous, all right? All right, and again, XRP Crypto Wolf showing Bank of France's new bulletin paper on digital currencies, talking about stablecoins, the vernacular. Ripple's mentioned a few times, no surprise. And keep in mind, I reference this all the time. Earlier in the year, Bank of France, the Central Bank of France, mentioned Ripple and Ethereum as potential blockchains, networks, again, because Ripple's not necessarily a blockchain, to actually build central bank digital currencies upon. Extremely interesting. Okay, so every time central bank, anything like that, or even, Mr. Benoit, I definitely pay attention. Okay. All right, and again, I was already going through this. Nothing too crazy, just typical talk about stable coins. And just to finish this video off, guys, galgatron.net, an article that you guys have probably read and I've probably talked about a lot, is Ripple versus stablecoins. I want you guys to read this. The reason being is because there's a lot of newcomers in the space that don't really understand the various types of stablecoins. You hear all this vernacular about the digital dollar project coming. Also recent news that the central bank of the Bahamas is launching their sand dollar digital currency nationwide this October. Things are growing exponentially faster. I know you're looking at XRP's price of 20 cents or 30 cents or 50 cents, and you're not impressed, but we are just at the very beginning. Bad news to some, good news to others, okay? So appreciate it, guys. And again, thank you all to my top channel supporters, BMore1113, Lunar Phoenix, Jamie XRP, Crypto Beginner, Ken Melendez, XRP Holder 4, and XRP Life, and all others. And be sure to tune in to the next video. Thanks.